Thanks for listening to the 20th episode of Rio Blanco County News, and thanks for giving us 1,000 listens on our podcast. Here's our community newscast for the September 3rd edition of the Herald Times. Rangeley's 40th annual Septemberfest begins Saturday and kicks off with a seaplane splash-in at Kenny Reservoir beginning at 11 a.m., followed by all kinds of events at Elks Park. The celebration will continue over the weekend, and a Labor Day barbecue in the park begins at 1 p.m. Monday. More than 600 pounds of barbecue and a full pallet of watermelon will be served, along with sides donated by local businesses. Find a full schedule of Septemberfest events on page 4A. A Colorado Oil and Gas Conservation Commission report has been filed for a crude oil spill near Parkview Elementary School in Rangeley. Cleanup operations involved removal of the top 6 to 12 inches of soil in a 200 square foot area. Find the rest of that story on page 2A. Uinta Mining has pulled an application for an open pit frac sand mine near Skull Creek in Moffat County. The HT first covered this story in the August 6th edition. The withdrawal letter, submitted August 19th, states, Uinta Mining LLC has no further need for progress on this project. No additional explanation was given. White River Electric Association is gearing up for a virtual annual meeting this year. Members will be able to view a 20-minute video presentation at wrea.org beginning Wednesday, September 9th at 1 p.m. Mail ballot election of 2 Town of Meeker directors will follow. On the ballot this year are Brett Dearman, Bryce Ducey, and incumbent Hal Pearce. The worst-case scenario is not something we like to dwell on. When it happens to us, we're forced to think about it, of course, but when it happens to someone else, not so much. And when it happens to someone else and it's concealed in the rougher folds of society's fabric, well, we probably won't think about it at all. One such issue is human trafficking. Myths and misconceptions abound, but in reality, nearly anyone can become a victim, from U.S. citizens to immigrants, men and women, adults and children. That's part of the reason the Colorado Human Trafficking Council seeks to educate not only community members, but government employees, health professionals, law enforcement, and more. Here's Glenwood Springs attorney and regional human trafficking specialist Jill McConaughey on what you can do.
There are steps you can take to be more active in combating human trafficking in your community. One, you can be a conscious consumer. There are many everyday products that are unfortunately tainted with human trafficking. Being aware of these products and making informed decisions to purchase items that are slave-free is an important step to take. There are more and more brands out there that are making an effort to investigate their supply chains and ensure that slavery is not a part of it. You can get involved. Over the last few years, Colorado has seen a growing number of regional anti-trafficking collaborations form. You can start by believing. It's critical that we believe individuals when they find the courage to share information about a potential trafficking situation. You can also continue learning. Awareness of the issue leads to greater understanding. And like many things, real change requires ongoing education. And of course, importantly, you can see it and report it.
A training was presented by the council last week and provided valuable insight into the issue. You can find all of that information beginning on page 1A this week and continuing on page 8A. Although not surprising in a county that has been booming and busting for the past 100 years, Rio Blanco County is facing a budget deficit due to drastic decreases in area oil and gas activity. Projections for 2021 are at a $2.3 million shortfall. Commissioners held work sessions last week to discuss budget possibilities, and one commissioner notified Sheriff Anthony Mazzola late Friday that part of their cost-cutting measure would involve moving dispatch to the Colorado State Patrol's call center effective January 1st. The information was posted to the Sheriff's Office Facebook page, and more than 100 people arrived at Monday's 8 a.m. special meeting to express passionate support for keeping dispatch local. Here are a few of their comments.
I would receive a call from the Sheriff's Department dispatch about a traffic complaint, for instance. 20 to 30 minutes later, Craig would dispatch the same call to me. So there is a significant time lag.
I was the only patrol deputy on for Rio Blanco County for both ends of the county. We have a child choking, a 2-year-old child choking on County Road 102 in Rangeley. Situation where they were unwrapping Christmas ornaments, getting them ready. The child put a packing peanut in his mouth, started choking, almost lights out. They dialed 911 and that call bounces to CSP Craig. Why it doesn't hit Rangeley Dispatch, I have no idea, but it goes up to CSP Craig. CSP Craig, I'm sure there's some fine folks that are there. They have no idea where 102, 688, 102, County Road 102 is at. Several minutes go by, precious, valuable minutes, where they can't even transfer it to Rangeley yet because the dispatcher up there is still trying to figure out what is going on and where this address is. I'm not mad at you guys individually. I understand this is business, but I'm passionate about this for a whole lot of reasons.
My grandson got life flighted off the flat tops last year on the north. Come on, folks. We need people that know where the hell we're at. Thank you.
Do not, out of whatever motivation, take away a vital part of our community. This board will change as time goes forward.
Wendy, can you wrap up? We're time's up.
I mean, looking at our commissioners, I didn't think it would be you guys that wanted to defund the police.
Another commissioner meeting took place Tuesday afternoon. Commissioners say they are strongly considering combining several departments and chopping 4 full-time positions, but maintain that moving dispatch is just an idea at this point. Stay tuned for the follow-up and read our report from this week on page 2A. A special meeting between commissioners, the Town of Rangeley, and the Town of Meeker will be held tonight at 7 p.m. to discuss adding a 1% sales tax increase to the ballot to support local dispatch. You may call into that joint meeting at 970-878-8091. The second annual Meeker Mustang Makeover is getting closer, and there's nothing like family competition to keep things interesting. Rangeley residents Wade, Colt, and Riley Allred are all return participants this year, and you can read about their experience on page 3A. Don't forget to tune in to the Mustang live stream to view the event next Friday, September 11th, beginning at 10 a.m. You can watch it on Facebook or on meekermustangmakeover.org. The HT's Lucas Turner interviewed House District Representative Perry Will this week. Will faces Democratic challenger Colin Wilhelm of Glenwood Springs. You can listen to the full interview from both candidates here on the podcast and read Will's interview in this week's paper, beginning on page 7A. Hunting season is here, and with it, the 20th anniversary edition of the Northwest Colorado Hunting Guide. We have more original local content than ever before. Look for free copies all around Colorado over the weekend, and happy hunting. That's all, folks. Read more in print and online at ht1885.com, because informed citizens are the best citizens. Thank you for supporting community journalism.